Cowboys will host their first NFC championship since 1977. Their opponents today, the San Francisco 49ers. And at stake, a trip to Super Bowl 28 in Atlanta 1 week from today. And the local fans are eager to see their heroes, once again, America's team, continue their playoff role. Dallas hopes rest on the $50 million arm of Troy Aikman, last year's Super Bowl MVP, who's looking for an encore that would make him a legend. Meanwhile, San Francisco's Steve Young seeks to escape the shadow of his legendary predecessor, Joe Montana. And Young will have to come up big today in order to earn his Super Bowl shot.
What do we like today?
49ers.
Come on. Aikman is the best quarterback in football.
Wrong. Steve Young.
Running backs.
Emmett against the Giants. Waters. 5 touchdowns last week.
Receivers.
It begins and ends with Rice. Period.
Granted. But as a tandem, Irvin and Harper.
Harper?
Well, how about that catch in last year's championship?
Rice makes that catch in his sleep.
Kickers.
If you're gonna talk kickers, you're out of here.
Okay. Offensive line.
Eric Williams.
Harris Spartan.
Nate.
Did you see McIntyre in that sweep last week? Forget that. How'd you like to feed Gogan?
Haircuts.
Jimmy Johnson's?
Or Johnny Johnson's.
If that's the choice, I'd wear Waters' bandana.
All claims for supremacy in the NFC come to a head today in Dallas. Who's the best receiver? Who's the better quarterback? And most importantly, who's the better team? After steamrolling the rest of the conference, it's down to a rematch of last year's title game. And the matchup we've been expecting since training camp began. The winners advance to next week's Super Bowl, while the rest bid a sudden and final farewell to the season, and in the blink of an eye disappear. Just like Gunsmoke. The house with the hole in the roof is full of emotion today for the NFC Championship match between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Inside, Aikman back to throw. They lost a yard last play. Outside, Emmitt Smith. Emmett still on his feet into 49er territory to their 43. In front of Emmitt Smith. Fake to Smith. Aikman is going to run it. Chased by Romanowski. But he gets enough for a first down. To the Super Bowl for the 4th consecutive year. So one of these two will face the Bills. Aikman swings it out to Emmitt Smith. Close to and picks up a first down. Here's Emmitt Smith. Touchdown, Cowboys. Emmitt Smith from 5 yards out behind Giesick and Gogan. They got the opening kickoff. The extra point by Eddie Murray is good. And Dallas leads San Francisco 7-0 first quarter. 9. Steve Young back to throw. Rice. 49ers get their first down. Bring that full load of wood. Here's Young. In the pocket. Gets it to John Taylor, and Taylor swings into Dallas territory to the 40 on that completion. Here's Young to throw it again. They fake a screen pass, and Steve Young has got all kind of room to run. Down inside the Dallas 25. 3
on one side and 6-4 on the other.
To Rice. At about the 10. The end of the first quarter with the score. Dallas 7. San Francisco, nothing. Maybe it wasn't a social visit. Here's Steve Young. Good. Tom Rathman, and Rathman lunges into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
That was a heck of a drive. I mean, you know,
I'll tell you what.
the Cowboys started the game, and they had a great offensive drive. The 49ers came back and answered it with this. Watch Tom Rathman. You think he's going to be a lead blocker. Now, that was Steve Young's second receiver. You see him? He looked out there to the left.
Gopher's extra point ties it. And in the NFC Championship game, it's 7 apiece.
Tackling football.
Third down, Aikman back. Pass caught by Michael Irvin, defensive unit. Fake to Emmitt Smith. Aikman. Novacek. Another first down. On the move. Aikman to Emmitt Smith. Inside the 49er 20. First and goal with the 4. Daryl Johnston. Touchdown. The Cowboys recapture the lead. It is as you said, John. Neither team can stop the other.
Yeah, he's a blocker. See, everyone goes out with Emmitt Smith. They're all over pursuit. Boom, they just hand it to Daryl Johnson, and well, he's right in the end zone.
Murray's extra point is good. 11 plays, 80 yards. And the Cowboys have the lead in the second quarter, 14-7. It is intense. Steve Young, pass incomplete, is picked off by Thomas Everett. Dallas gets the turnover. The interception and the ball at the 25.
Play before he can come back in as a guard.
He'll be back. Here's Aikman, back to throw it. To Emmitt Smith, he'll walk in. Dallas 20. San Francisco 7.
Well, if you were wondering how Emmitt Smith is, or if they're going to use him today, or if he'll be a factor, I don't think you have to wonder anymore. They like that.
Murray's extra point is good. It's 21-7. 6:04 left to play in the first half. 21-7 Dallas.
Haley will disrupt more plays than any guy in this game.
3rd and 7. Here's Young back to throw it. Incomplete, intended for Rice. He got well. Blitz coming at Aikman, but what a catch by Harper. Aikman is going to run. Good slide behind Aikman. Aikman has Novacek. Novacek has a Dallas touchdown. From 19 yards out, Jay Novacek barreled into the end zone.
The Cowboys is manhandling that 49er defensive line. Look at the time Troy Aikman has to do that. You see big Nate Newton, He just took his guy and didn't even let him get off the line of scrimmage.
Eddie Murray's extra point makes it 28-7. 58 seconds left to play in the first half. Dallas on top. Not going to play too much, but one effective play. That's the end of the first half with the score. Dallas 28, San Francisco 7. Aikman to Emmitt Smith, hit by Stubblefield behind the line. Again. Under the rush by Stubblefield, another rush, and now down he goes. Stubblefield was there first. Again, a situation where they have to make something happen. Outside to Brent Jones. First down, San Francisco for the 49ers. Cowboys show a blitz. This is Waters. Waters breaks one tackle. First down, 49ers. Young to Brent Jones. Out of bounds. Waters. That's the first down. 4. Waters again. Touchdown, San Francisco. They had to make something happen, and they did.
Well, they needed emotion. They needed a lift. They needed some life. He was the guy that gave him to it last week in a big way, and he gave it to him on this drive.
George Seifert has to be feeling a little bit better. Kofer for the extra point. 28-14. Now the Cowboys leads by 2 touchdowns. We're still in the 3rd quarter. Ozar will throw it again. Has some time this time. He has Novacek at midfield. Everybody got back. No flags. Ozar. Quickly to Harper. Harper's gone. It was a year ago at Candlestick.
And what, you're going to see that same thing. You're going to see that slant, and you're going to see Eric Davis go for the interception. You're going to see Dana Hall take a bad angle, and you're going to see a long run by Alvin Harper.
And this is today.
Now watch him try and jump that thing. See, it's not bad if he jumped it had Merton Hank stayed behind it, but they both tried to
jump tackle. Blocking on Haley. Young, Taylor. Waters and Rathman, the 2 backs. Young, Rice. Essa Turner was the man in motion. Screen pass to Ricky Waters. Knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard. San Francisco 14. Our coverage will continue after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Here's Young to throw. Maybe. Steve Young is tackled from behind by Jeff Coat, and the Cowboys take over. He just stayed with it, stayed after him. Novacek holding. Gonna get there. Murray is good. And the Cowboys lead 38-14. What an addition he has been, Eddie Murray.
Quarter when you're down 38-14.
2nd and 17, Maryland.
I was in there eating them with them.
Here's Young to throw it. Now he's chased out of the pocket again and comes out. Down after he gets far enough to get left to play. Flag on the play. Young is down by Haley. Yep. 4th down. Young gets it out to John Taylor. Young to throw it. Outside to Rice. Rice, 1st down, Young to throw. Outside Waters. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, they had to have a quarterback sneak then back because they didn't have anyone left in the backfield. If you look, they start here. Here goes their last guy in motion. When he gets out there, there's no one to hand it to, so boom, he just better take it himself. Steve Young does. One of the few quarterbacks in the league that kind of likes to lead with his
38-21.
Yeah, this is a tough thing for Steve Young. I mean, he's been the league MVP. He's done everything for this team, and living in the shadow of Joe Montana was tough when he was his backup. And then Joe Montana leaves, and it's still kind of there. It's kind of the ghost of Joe Montana.
It's a long shadow.
And they know, and he knows that until he leads them to and wins the Super Bowl, he's never going to be put on that same.
It's indeed a great feeling. Mike Lurvin over for a visit. Jimmy Johnson and Emmitt Smith trying to get through that crowd. That's going to be a tough job. That final score here at Texas Stadium is Dallas 38, San Francisco 21. Stay tuned for the NFL Today postgame show. They'll bring you locker room interviews and the presentation of the George Halas Trophy. You're watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League.